last night I went to the Magic City premiere. Right?
Oh, shout out to Magic City. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri.
Magic City.
Shout out to Jermaine Dupri, Magic City. Absolutely.
Cole Brown, and another full circle moment.
Yeah.
The director of Magic City is the director of the Ralph Lauren Oak Bluffs campaign. So shout out to Cole Brown. You killed it, bro. But my biggest takeaway in relation to this is, right, you go to the club not for the club experience. You go to the club because you want to see your favorite performer, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I equate that to fan bases.
Wait, you're equating fan base to a strip club? He said, wait, just to be clear, Noah said, you go to the strip club to see your favorite performer. I like that, but go ahead, continue.
Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this.
Go ahead.
But you go there to see your favorite creator. I'm sorry, creator.
Let me start. Your creator?
You know what? You could be a content creator.
No, keep going.
So, but my point is that person who you're going to see holds the power in the situation. They could go to any other place and probably get the same regulars and same crowd because they are the attraction, right?
Yeah.
In what ways do you look to build the attraction coming to Fanbase?
Well, I like the way that you put that because it does, in essence, you've seen the level of success that content creators have that are in the adult industry that they've had on platforms like OnlyFans.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll be candid. I thought OnlyFans was going to kill the strip club. I was like, yo, the strip club is done, right?
Right.
And the only reason why I thought that and what I thought was really remarkable about OnlyFans is if you're a stripper and you have to wake up and go to the club at midnight and sit till 5 a.m. and have some, grimy dudes paw all over you. Yeah. It's filled with smoke. It might be violence. You never know, just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want to deal with. But you could take your talents and go digital global to a subscription model and not have to deal with anybody and potentially make 10, 100, 1,000 times the money. That to me was like, oh yeah, like I said, I have no plans on being a stripper, but I thought that's why content creation is important and very, very valuable. So when I thought about that, I'm like, well, if they do that, podcasters can do that. And we've seen the success that podcasters have had going direct to consumer monetization, right? And I think about artists, and I think about chefs, and I think about fitness enthusiasts, and I think about anybody that has a skill or trait, a great storyteller, any type of information that they could offer. I find that incredibly powerful that now it's direct to consumer.
It's about the audience.
Right. It's about building a community that you can monetize globally without the physical infrastructure that's necessary. You don't need a gym. So it's like if you want to be a personal trainer, you know what I'm saying, and teach fitness courses, you don't need a gym to do so anymore. You just need a place to film your exercises, show your progress, show your results, and then give people a place to monetize that content. That is the strategy that I think a lot of people that lose their sight on. They think it's hard to be a content. How do I monetize? Like, how do I create that? And I'm like, it's the same thing that you were doing. You're just selling things digitally. You just have to have the guts and the courage to ask people to subscribe. And that's another thing in our community that I think is so taboo, is that we are afraid to ask people to support us, even monetarily, right? We're afraid of that. I saw, this is during the pandemic, I think there was like a bakery or something in DC that was shut down, having hard times during the pandemic. And that company was owned by some young Black women. And they got to the point that they were afraid to ask the community to help them because they didn't want them to think that they were broke or begging. And I thought that was crazy. I was like, wow, like we're so prideful in our community to say, you know what? I'd rather, but just my pride will let me not ask to actually be compensated or help to keep a business open that provides a service, rather than, than saying, hey, I do that. And I think the girls broke down and they actually did it, and it helped, keep their business going. And I thought that was a good point, because why are we so afraid to ask to be compensated for things that we do? And it reminds me of, a lot of the mixtape era, where we gave away all our songs for free. It's like we got all these great records. We're giving away all these songs for free, and nobody got no record deals out of it. But oh my God, live mixtapes and Dat Piff, they made a killing. Who owns live mix and Dat Piff? It wasn't owned by Black people. So we were giving away our IP for free in hopes that we make it to the next level, which is the record business. So when I see content creators giving away their IP for free, hoping that they make it to the next level of the business, which is some sort of sponsorship or brand deal or stardom, it is the same thing where you have to start monetizing your content from day one. Don't not build a community, right? Always build community because community is at the core, but also added that extra layer of saying, let me put something in here where people can support me. And I think that's kind of the things that a lot of us miss in our community, and especially even probably with Fanbase in the way that we relay our message, that people got to understand that the app is totally free to use and download. I mean, explain that people don't know that like Fanbase is a free to download, free to use app.
Everything is completely optional.
Yeah, yeah. So if you want to have subscribers, it's an option. So people think, do I subscribe to Fanbase? No, Fanbase doesn't have subscribers. You do. It's free to use in a community, and that's the point about it. The community part is really the most important part because then it can scale past just being a paywall site. It can scale bigger and larger than it OnlyFans and a Patreon, because now we have a community that's there to do other things besides watch paid content. It's actually communicate with each other.
I love how you put that. Once again, going back to the Magic City comparison, one of the big points that made is that the club became the test site for how people would receive your music.
Yes.
Right. And before this, I didn't realize that there was like a whole call me ignorant, but there was a whole economy based around stripper culture that exceeded more than what was within the doors of the club.
Absolutely. I mean, I think strip club culture and strip club culture became mainstream through a place like Magic City. And I don't necessarily want to call Black culture strip club culture, but there have been strip clubs. But I think, again, the innovation of Black people made it very, very popular, especially with our music. So the songs that the girls want to dance to became the songs that everybody wound up wanting to listen to. So you would go there and test music there. So Future came out of the strip club. I mean, it was so much, Future had so much success, because his records broke in Magic City, and it was a big part of that. Outkast was doing that. Jermaine was doing that. T.I. was doing that. Drake was doing that. Like all these artists were using this place where, again, the culture existed and the talent existed as a proving ground to monetize your content to the next level.